himself as a garbage-collecting woman. He wasn't trying to deceive for amusement. He was searching for truth. Because nothing exposes character more clearly than how we treat those we believe have nothing to offer us. In everyday life, we are polite to bosses, generous to those who impress us, and respectful to people we think matter. But the real measure of who we are appears in the quiet moments when no reward is expected, when no one is watching, and when the person in front of us seems invisible to the world. The daughter-in-law wasn't being tested on wealth, education, or manners. Tested on humanity. This moment reminds us that dignity is not tied to clothing, jobs, or social rank. Every person we meet deserves respect simply because they are human. In the end, how we treat the humble defines the height of our character. As the story unfolds, we begin to understand a powerful contrast. Wealth can be hidden, but values never are. The millionaire stripped away every symbol of his success, yet something remained visible: how people reacted to him. Money can change clothes, homes, and titles, but it cannot mask kindness, humility, or cruelty. Those qualities surface naturally, especially when we think no one important is watching. The disguise didn't erase his wealth. It revealed others' values. In the same way, we may impress the world with status or achievements, but when circumstances remove those layers, our true nature speaks for us. The daughter-in-law's response was not shaped by what she saw, but by who she was inside. This reminds us that character does not need recognition to exist, and arrogance cannot hide behind appearances for long. Wealth may disappear in a moment, but values walk with us everywhere, and they always introduce us before we speak. What makes this story even more powerful is that the test was never announced. There was no warning, no instruction, no sign that a life-changing moment had arrived. And that is exactly how integrity is tested in real life. The most important moments don't come dressed as exams or interviews. They appear as ordinary encounters with ordinary people. A brief conversation, a small act of kindness, or a careless word can quietly shape our future. The daughter-in-law believed she was facing an insignificant situation, yet it carried lasting consequences. This reminds us that we are always being shaped by the choices we make when we think nothing is at stake. Character is not built in grand gestures, but in consistent, unseen actions. Every interaction becomes a mirror reflecting who we truly are. Because when no one tells us we are being tested, our true self steps forward without rehearsal. At the heart of this moment lies a familiar human weakness, the habit of judging by appearances. The daughter-in-law saw worn clothes, a tiring job, and a face marked by hardship, and in that instant, assumptions were formed. We often do the same without realizing it, allowing surface details to define a person's worth. Yet appearances are poor storytellers. They reveal little about wisdom, struggle, or strength. In this story, judgment became the barrier between compassion and connection. By deciding who deserved respect and who did not, she failed a test that had nothing to do with wealth and everything to do with humility. Life constantly places people in our path who don't fit our expectations, and how we respond exposes our inner biases. When we judge quickly, we close doors to understanding and kindness. Because the moment we reduce someone to what we see, we lose sight of who they truly are. As the story reaches deeper, it quietly shifts our understanding of what it truly means to be rich. The millionaire already possessed financial wealth, but what he was searching for was something far more valuable: kindness. Unlike money, compassion cannot be inherited, demanded, or displayed when convenient. It shows itself naturally in small moments, in patience, in empathy, and in how we treat those who can offer us nothing in return. The daughter-in-law's reaction revealed whether her heart was generous or guarded. This reminds us that inner wealth is measured not by what we own, but by what we give. A gentle word, a listening ear, or simple respect can outweigh the grandest possessions. In a world obsessed with status, kindness remains the quiet currency that never loses value. Because when everything else fades, it is compassion that people remember long after wealth is forgotten. In the end, this story is not just about a test, but about the foundation of trust within a family. The millionaire was not measuring obedience or loyalty to wealth. He was searching for respect. True family bonds are not strengthened by inheritance or comfort, but by how we treat one another when titles disappear. The daughter-in-law's response determined more than approval. It revealed whether trust could truly exist. Respect is the quiet glue that holds relationships together. Especially when circumstances change and fortunes shift. Money can create security, but it cannot create sincerity. When respect is absent, even the richest household feels empty. This moment reminds us that love and trust grow from daily choices, not grand promises. Families thrive when dignity is given freely, without condition, because in the end, what truly binds people together is not what they own, but how they honor one another.